Hey Aries, how are you? Welcome to your March 2020 love reading, looking at how your partner feels, how you feel, what the crux of the matter is, what's driving the situation, what's hidden that you may not be aware of, and also what the most likely outcome is going to be. I'll also be pulling some oracle cards as well at the end of the reading to get more insight. I won't be offering an extended reading to my readings anymore. But I will be offering you readings into the future. So whereas you won't have an extended to this month, you will be able to look into the future months to see what might be going on with the energies surrounding your relationship. So yeah, that's my offering. And you can also view these future focused videos on my website. The links will be down below. So yeah, that's also another way that you can support the channel as well. So going into your reading, I see that we have an ace, we have the death card and the world card, and we have the empress. Also got the lovers card here as well, along with the ten of swords. So there definitely is an energy surrounding your relationships in March of endings and new beginnings, culminations, breaking points or decision points, transformation as well. So there's definitely transition happening. There's only one knight here though, and that's your partner's on your partner's side. So it may very well be talking about your partner maybe having a kind of transitionary experience as well, or maybe they're really at the crux of this transition. Maybe a lot of the change rests on them. So, you know, it could be a case of you being ready maybe to move the relationship forward, or ready to make a change or deal with a particular issue. And maybe a lot of the kind of challenges are being brought in by this knight here, this knight of wands, who maybe needs to change, needs to grow up maybe as well, with them being a knight. And then we've got you here represented as the king of coins. So that could also be, that's the first kind of information that's kind of coming through as I just look at the reading. But there's lots more messages here. So we've got the empress at the center of the reading. So this is the crux of the matter. So it could be about family, motherhood as well. It could be that your partner is pregnant, or it could be that you're pregnant, or it could be something to do with mothering that is at the crux of the situation, or of your, the challenges maybe in your relationship, or just the growth of your relationship in the month of March. I feel though that this could be relating a lot to your energy, where you feel that you're mature. You know, you're in you reach some level of maturity here. It's like it's also like, you've reached the end of a pregnancy and you're ready to give birth to something as well. You're ready to kind of birth something new. Maybe this is to do with you personally. You may feel that you're ready to expand in some way in your life. There's this feeling of endings and beginnings. It's like you feel like you deserve this. It's like it's your honor. It's like you should have this. You should have this commitment maybe from this person, or you deserve it. You're an empress, and you've had a belly full maybe for some of you of not being appreciated, not being honored. You may feel like you deserve more. You know, that's what I'm getting here as well. Like you may just feel like you deserve more here because you are an empress. You are a queen in your own right, or you are, you know, an aspect of the divine feminine in your own right as a woman. Um, for those females watching, or you know, for those that are just identify as feminine or very connected to that feminine part of themselves, like just feel very feminine. You can just feel like you are, you deserve more here. That's what I'm kind of picking up so far. But this could also be to do with marriage. Maybe marriage is on the table as well. Wanting to be a mother could be on the table. Making a relationship official. So this could be referring to a lot of things, but we'll see what the card surrounding is saying, and maybe that will give more clarity here. But I would say that it is a major arcana. So it's quite, I feel like it's really talking about some sort of evolution in a relationship, like quite a big change is happening here. Okay, especially with the death card here being part of the most likely outcome. There is this transformation here, a birthing of something new. There's a birth happening. Maybe someone's not giving birth, literally. Or maybe they just have, or like I said, maybe it's got to do with the mother. So you're here now with the Lovers card, where you may feel you need to make a decision, a commitment, or you want a commitment and a final decision to be made on a union, you know, between you and this person. You maybe are wanting things to become official. Again, wanting to give it honor. Again, I'm getting this, wanting to give it honor. So maybe it's a mother who deserves, you know, to be made an honorable woman, you know, make an honorable woman out of her, kind of thing happening here. But yeah, I also see here an energy of taking off the gloves. Maybe no more fighting, coming to an agreement, learning to work together. A union. I feel like you're maybe wanting marriage, or they're wanting marriage, but I feel like this is probably most likely you. This is part of your section of the reading. So yeah, you may be wanting to really take this relationship into, you know, being married or being very, very committed to each other, very exclusively, just you and them for a long period of time, especially with the Star card and the King of Pentacles, if you can see it there. Yeah, these are two very future focused cards. The King of Pentacles is letting me know that you really would love to make plans indefinitely, or you're very focused on a very committed permanent relationship to do with family, children, again related to the mother. You're really wanting to have a relationship that is going to last a lifetime, dare I say it, you know. A very permanent relationship, something that will grow. You may see a lot of potential here as well, a lot of room for growth, that things could really grow here for you. Six of Swords. Again, talks about figuring things out, finding solutions, talking about things, hashing things out. Communication may be really important between you and this person. It may be that what you want to do is just have a very honest conversation and say, okay, look, what is it that you're finding challenging? How can we help you? You know, like, what is it? Like, if it is this person's maybe avoidance of commitment, even though this person could be challenged. This person could really want a long-term relationship, but finds it difficult maybe to commit or to be emotionally invested in things because of their past, maybe, or their experiences so far. And I feel that you're just wanting to kind of tackle these issues with the Six of Swords, just wanting to kind of address it and be upfront of it so you can move on. Yeah, I feel like this is actually kind of irritating for you, and you really just want to deal with it and move forward. You want to have that conversation. You may even want to travel, take a break as well. Maybe travel to this person, maybe. There's a chance there could be distance between you, most definitely, with the Star card, Six of Swords, and this Knight. There could be some sort of distance between you as well. So you may want to travel. That could be part of the issue as well. Again, this Knight can talk about travel. It could be that that's one of the challenges in the relation, not so much the person themselves representing themselves as a knight, but actually being far away. So yeah, maybe this is about wanting to lay down roots, wanting to make something solid and sturdy, something that you can really grow in, something that's unchangeable. You want to maybe lay down roots here because you're thinking of the future. You also focus on money, home, family, and you really want to move forward. Maybe you're tired of the indecision and the headache that surrounds that as well. And you just want some peace, I feel here. And your partner has got the Seven of Swords here, which again makes me think that that could be a challenge, the Six and the Seven of Swords. It could be that you're dealing with someone that avoids getting in touch with their emotions, that avoids commitment even. But it's more of a mental detachment, or maybe more a mental thing. With the Knight of Wands here, I would say this person is eager, regardless if they are mature enough or have the ability to, make a commitment and stay in one place and to stop being evasive. This person still very much wants to be with you, I feel, and wants to kind of move forward with you, and probably is quite excited about the idea of being with you. But I think this person's got an issue with being tied down. Maybe it's to do with their work, it might not be that it's got anything to do with you or the relationship. It could be that they just literally aren't able to, because we do have the Ace of Coins and the Hierophant here for them. So they are most definitely considering this long-term commitment with you. And I think they recognize that they have this opportunity. They have this opportunity here that's been offered to them, I feel, by you. Or you've somehow presented it. Maybe you've had a conversation with them. You said, look, this is what I want from my life. This is what I'm looking for. And yeah, do what you want with that. Hopefully you'll be along for the ride, and maybe you won't. And maybe that kind of conversation happened, and I think it has in a way stopped them in their tracks, or it's at least got their attention. They may still be on the move in some way, still be maybe giving you the impression that they're, thinking about it. They're still you know, but they are thinking about it. They are thinking about it. They may be giving the impression that they're so undecided, and maybe they're giving you the impression that they're not really, you know, thinking about it, that they're kind of still gallivanting around, which may be concerning to you, but they are thinking about it. Here with the Hierophant. And they're considering what their values are. What is it that they're really wanting? They may even be seeking advice from friends or older family members, people who have been there, who have got married, you know, have been married or committed. So this could also be someone seeking approval to marry you or something like that. But either way, they know an offer is here, and they're having to consider whether or not it really does make sense for them. Maybe something that they really want to do. It looks quite positive here. It looks like that they definitely know that there's potential that they could move into something serious. And with the Seven of Swords here, there is a decision still to be made, as it is a 7. And they may be taking some time away to really think about this. They want to make a decision based on logic as well. Again, something to do with values. Maybe a case of like, do you fit into their family? Do you fit into their lifestyle? Or you know, or do they fit into yours? How compatible are you? Do they really want a serious relationship right now? Like, they're really considering, they're really analyzing things, and they're trying to be non-emotional about it with the Seven of Swords. So they're trying not to make an emotional decision. But this could also mean that they may seem detached from you. They like maybe they don't care. But they are considering this offer a lot. And I feel with the Hierophant card here, it's likely that, you know, that they're really thinking about it. They're not just, especially with the Ace of Pentacles as well, they're not just, you know, considering it like, oh, you know, well, maybe, you know, it's not a maybe, like they're really thinking, okay, what would happen? Like, how would it really be? What do I really want? I think this person's got great potential. You know, they're really taking it seriously. And if and when they do make a serious commitment, it will be very serious and long term. I feel that this is the reason. Sorry, one moment. Hey, sorry about that. Yeah. So yeah, what I really wanted to say was that sorry, my mind's just gone blank. What I really wanted to say about this Knight of Wands is that there is a fear of commitment. There is a fear of commitment with this person. I thought you could be dealing with a Taurus, most definitely, especially with the Hierophant and this Queen, not Queen, Empress. Yeah, so that's what the Empress is here for. A lot of this, like initially picked up, rests on this Taurus person maybe you're dealing with, especially with the Eight of Pentacles. This person takes commitment quite seriously. Even with the World card here, is representing the fixed signs, Taurus again, Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, or Aquarius. You've got Aquarius here as well. That's more on your side. So maybe maybe you've got strong placements in Aquarius, but again, we've got you focused here on this Taurus person being a long-term hope for you, or you see a long-term future with them, and you just want to kind of get things started. It looks like this person's got a fear of commitment, is trying to make an emotionally detached decision, So they're trying, I feel like they're trying to maybe even overcome some of their concerns and just really think about this. So we've got here the Ten of Swords, the Page of Wands, and the Four of Coins for what's driving a situation or what's hidden to you that you don't know. So the Ten of Swords here tells me that there is this possibly heartbreak or betrayal that I think your partner has experienced that you're not really aware of, maybe when they were younger. I think you could also be dealing with a fire sign, or this person's got a fire kind of energy about them. This could be related to you somehow as well. Yeah, it could be related to you. But either way, I think there's been some sort of raw feeling of betrayal, really hitting rock bottom in some way. Which has left, I feel, this person very closed off to commitment, to the point where they keep, they're also a kind of a fear of abandonment in a way, and also maybe a little bit possessive of people. This could have happened to them when they were quite young, you know, in their early experiences when it comes to love. It could have even have stunted their growth or their emotional kind of maturity. But also I feel it's made them feel like they can't fly, like they can't fly. They don't. It might bring about a lot of anxiety when they get into a relationship, you know. So as much as they may want to be in one, it doesn't really. It kind of brings out their insecurities, and I think the past kind of gets ignited here somehow. The past kind of affects the present. It could also be that, again, like maybe some sort of defense mechanism that this person has to just be closed off and just to kind of have light-hearted relationships that don't get too deep. Because they may have come a long way to be where they are. And again, there is this kind of awareness even on your part with the Six of Swords here that this is a mental kind of thing. So it could be that this person is seeking counseling here with the Hierophant card about these issues. We do have the Death card here as well, which is talking about that kind of psychological deep transformation. So it could be that this does happen, and there's like the outcome that this will happen. And we do have the Two of Coins as well as part of the most likely outcome, which again is about change. So there could be changes there as well. New ideas when it comes to commitment. It could also be as well that in the near future, it's going to be like there's a lot of changes. You know, 1 minute things are really good, 1 minute things are really challenging. But with every up and down, there is a lesson, there is something that can be learned that brings you closer to being in a kind of upward spiral. It is an upward spiral thing anyway, but it will bring you closer and closer to a more harmonious and balanced kind of energy in the relationship. And with the Nine of Pentacles here, it does say that, yeah, it's going to take time. It's not going to happen straight away. This will be more of an investment, really. Planning and investing for the future. Also, I'm getting that you're going to have to learn to or be comfortable with being quite independent in the relationship. There'll be a lot of independence. It may be that this person may not be able to provide a certain amount of emotional connection as well. Maybe because they just are quite detached because of what they've experienced. So this is kind of a birth for this person. Maybe that's why the birth energy was there as well. I'm sure a lot of you probably, are actually pregnant, or this is related to motherhood. But also for some of you, it's about a birth for this person, where they are kind of, I think, going through a transformation. Or maybe you both are in a way, where you're learning to balance the good with the bad. You're learning to integrate, or this person is learning to integrate. Maybe you are learning to integrate the lessons from the past and actually using them, transmuting them into lessons learned, into jewels that you can take with you into the future rather than stones that drag you down. So it's that kind of transforming maybe a perspective on certain experiences from the past. The wild card is here, so it's really good to see the wild card as well, because it lets us know that there will likely be a successful completion, that you are on the right path, that this has happened at the right time. This is a lesson that you should be learning, that it's only going to be beneficial to you, that it's part of your path, it's part of your spiritual, your life's journey to overcome these challenges, or maybe for your partner, for you to experience this. Yeah. To allow you to move on to bigger and better things. But definitely a transitionary kind of period here at the moment. The Empress card here as well, essentially the reading does talk about having to have a certain amount of patience, and nothing is going to come right now. There's a lot of potential and abundance for things to be great, yes, but there's a waiting period. There's there's knots that need to be untied. There's foundations that need to be laid before it can move forward. And it's got a lot to do with, I feel, these challenges from the past that I think your partner has. Yeah, the Ten of Swords, really, there's no other way to really look at this. I'm trying to think of maybe could there be something else happening, but the Ten of Swords is really, it's about some quite saddening, depressive, oppressive, heart-wrenching kind of situation, really, that affects the mind, body, and soul. Very much the dark night of the soul. But this would be more probably the uglier parts of it. The death card would be the renewal, the moving forward. The Ten of Swords does let us know that there has been an ending here, though. This does indicate this is in the past, but a new beginning is here. But some healing needs to take place, I think, in some way. And that could be what the Six of Swords is about as well. It's about kind of, I think you want to heal this person, or you want to figure things out with this person, talk with them, ask them, try to support them. But the Nine of Pentacles also lets me know and reminds me, and also to remind you, that you can never fix anyone. You can't fix anyone. They have to want to, and they have to want to fix themselves and actually fix themselves. So again, there's this Nine of Pentacles energy where there is a certain amount of independence that I see in the future within the relationship. Then we've got the Ten of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, and the World card. So another 10, yeah, definite culmination points. So your partner is starting to wake up, I think, to the fact that there are these glitches, you know, in their psyche that need to be removed. And it probably was quite a heavy burden for them. Or you may feel quite heavily burdened by the relationship, but ultimately, you know, you come to a point now where, you know, you have to move forward because there's a whole beautiful future to look forward to. So how do we get there? And the Page of Pentacles tells me that maybe you're quite committed to kind of seeing this through. It's also about learning curves, a new approach to self-esteem, self-love, how we treat ourselves, the investments we make in our future. This is a learning curve energy, a transitionary energy of growth that's here for you. I hope that I'm being clear. I know that it's quite vague, but that's what I'm getting. Yeah, it feels kind of burdened, this relationship at the moment. But the Death card is here. It's saying that it won't stay this way. There's going to be some good times, and there's also going to be some challenging times. But things are starting to shift, but they're slow. Especially with all these pentacles here, it's going to be a slow change, but it will change. You're going to see little glimmers of hope, and then you're going to see maybe this person slip back into things. So the Nine of Pentacles is here saying, look, yeah, just look after yourself, make sure you're okay. As much as you see this long-term future, the Empress is saying it's not going to happen soon. It's going to take time for these changes to settle in and this foundation to be made. But the World card also suggests that things will turn out quite well as well. It's a good indication of a good outcome. But this would also be indicating that maybe you just had enough. Maybe you're ready for change. You know, maybe you're ready to move on. You're ready to move forward, and just kind of put yourself first and end this relationship. I can see that here as well. And just invest in yourself because it's just a bit too much of a burden. Definite burdens here. Maybe because this person keeps skirting around the issue, the ideas of commitment. Could also be this person has ulterior motives, things that they're not telling you. Person could be quite stubborn. Triangle, family, long distance, gifts. Okay, so yeah, I think that you're maybe wanting to start a family, or there's a definite focus of children again, or family here in the picture. A decision needs to be made about family, because of family. But yeah, this is definitely decision time as to maybe it's got something to do with an emotional distance, or maybe a physical distance. Maybe you're also learning to love someone at a distance. You may be deciding to move on and continue to love this person from a distance. But this would also mean that there's been emotional distance between you. And it's now kind of got to a point where you don't want to be separated anymore. And there maybe needs to be a choice made as to where you're going to lay your roots. Is this person going to move to you? Or are you going to move to them? I feel that you possibly want to move towards them. There could also be friends as well that are involved here that aren't giving maybe the best advice. So your partner may, like I said, be speaking to friends. Maybe there's also other people's opinions that are quite involved here. That's just also not making things any easier. It could also be that a lot of things are just unknown here. For you, because of this distance. But it could also be, yeah, like friends or family around this person that gives them, that has given them advice, but also may have their own ulterior motives. Yeah, it looks like there's a distance between you. And I think maybe, I mean, the most clearest message that's coming through from these cards is that someone wants to start a family and someone needs to make a decision to move towards them. But there may be close friendships that this person has where they are as well. That might make it hard for them to move towards you. So yeah, there's some talking that needs to be done, and you know, these two cards can also talk about being very clever, figuring out a solution, a way forward, especially as they are consecutive, 6 and 7. The Ten of Swords could also be, you know, the ending here of these connections, having to leave behind a whole way of being, a whole way of living, a lifestyle, to start something new here, to travel, to lay down roots. So it could be the beginning of something quite long term when and if this happens. But you are going to have to learn how to fend for yourselves if that's the case. And it's going to be up and down. Money may also be kind of challenging, or it may be quite expensive to make this move. Yeah, you're going to have to learn to kind of do things a whole new way. Living in maybe a whole new country or a whole new town. Maybe things are more expensive there. And just learning how to fend for yourselves. So people could be saying to this person or you, but I think for this person more that, oh no, you know, that's going to be too expensive, you can't do that, you know, you're not going to have any friends, I don't know, things like that. Oh wow, you got the same as you got the same as Sag. Okay, not for you did come out upside down, so I think that maybe Spirit is letting me know that it's not for you. I think it's about the advice. The advice that you're getting from other people, or maybe this person, about this transition here. Yeah, I don't think this person's getting the best advice. I think there's people around this person that's got ulterior motives, and it could be that they're friends, you know. I say, no, come on, like, you're one of the lads who really like you being around, and obviously not using those words, but, you know, but kind of making this person, or maybe it's you, it could be vice versa, but kind of making them scared of commitment, scaring them out of the idea of being committed. So yeah, I think someone's not receiving the best advice around this transition. Breathe and Yang, again, this is what Sagittarius got. So to me, in the last reading, it came across as kind of finding that sweet spot between taking action and also receiving information. So I feel that that's what Spirit is kind of talking about here. For some reason, it's giving advice to your partner or this side of the reading to say that before any action is taken, or maybe it's even maybe for both of you, before any action is taken, take a moment, stop, breathe, meditate, see how you feel. If you feel good about a decision, it makes you feel the way you'd like to feel for the next 10 years, and go for it. If you have feelings or like negative feelings about a decision or path to be taken, then that could also be a very strong indication that's probably the wrong decision to take. Do whatever you can live with, basically. That's what I think these two cards are saying. You know, be patient and think carefully about your next steps, about the actions you're taking. And then we've got to be flexible. Yeah. So changes are ahead. You're going to have to take the rough with the smooth, but it's only going to make you stronger. Okay. So even though I feel like I could probably pull so much more cards on this and say so much more about this reading, because it looks like there's a lot going on, there's a lot of different messages here. But yeah, I'm going to stop it here because it's already 45 minutes. But yeah, if you want your own personal reading, you can always go to my website at symbolsforliving.com. All the details will be in the description box below. And also I've got some really great products on my website too, and also my Teespring account has got some really great products on there too, so do be sure to check it out. Okay, I love you, take good care, Aries, and thank you for stopping by. All right, bye.